back. It's Pantry Challenge week 4. We're actually quite a ways through the week, so I think I'm gonna lump this and a little bit of next week into the video together. So far this week, I've just been eating through the things in the pantry, eating through the game night food, which I know my videos are a little bit out of kilter, and so it's kind of hard to tell what's happening when. But I did start Pantry Challenge a little bit early, and so it is now the first week of September, which is when most people are starting, and I'm in week 4. But it really just made sense for me to start when I did. So what I'm doing right now is I just got my air fryer going. Woo! Sorry for the dizzy. And I have some chicken nuggets and french fries in there. That's the last of the homemade chicken nuggets, and it's a little bit it's just the last of the bag of the french fries. So we are using things up. Let me show you kind of what we're looking like and what my plan is for this week. Kitchen overview. I am getting ready this weekend. I'm doing a sourdough party, and so we've got some sourdough going. I also have been doing a lot of canning. I have more canning projects. That's my hair tie. Don't worry about it. And then I have quite a bit going on. So I know videos are all out of whack, but this is when I have all this garden produce. The video that just came out in real time, but a few weeks later is when you'll be seeing this video that I'm recording right now. But I have some stuff to make pink drink. I've got some, what even is that? Green beans from the garden that I need to use up. Tons of fresh produce here. I need to make something with this. Corn, I think I'm just gonna cook up and eat it. I have 2 jars of beans that I canned that did not seal. So I need to make something with those this week. And then I also have some zucchini that I took out of the freezer and didn't end up using, so I need to make something with that as well. So this is what I really need to use up. I did go ahead and get that cabbage, and then I harvested everything, so the timing was a little off with that, so I'll have to figure out what to do with that, but that'll last for a few weeks. Those are all just sourdough containers. I have the cucumbers. There's just lots of produce right now, it seems. But over here, I did move the cheese back into the freezer, but the only thing down here in my single serve quick meals is burritos. So this is going to be on the list soon. We do still have all of the meals here that were not really ready meals. We could do these chicken burgers. Those are pretty much ready meals. But we have 1 bagel left. This is the banana nut bagels without nuts, or did I put nuts? Maybe I put nuts in them, but these are delicious, the banana bread bagels. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. It's an amazing one. Other than that, we have Other than that, we pretty much have everything that's in here. I did finish off the last of the quick breads that I had in here. This is not a quick bread. This is, what do you call that? Oatmeal. So oatmeal, a little bit of regular bread, and some tortillas. And then for the savory breakfast, we went through a lot of things already. So all we have left is these biscuits and then the grits casserole. And I have some broth. I only used half it. I just threw the other half in the jar. This is the last one of the single serve meals that I need to use up. And then I do have these leftovers from game night, but we're looking pretty good. Good morning. It's a new day. I'm looking in my fridge, and all it is bread. So this is what's left over from a party that I had where we all made sourdough, and so I am getting ready to bake that up. I think what I'm going to do is either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to turn these into a stuffed, it's like a French bread stuffed, I don't know, meat recipe that I made a lot when I was younger. And by when I was younger, I mean over 7 years ago in my other house. I don't even think I've made it in this house at all, have I? But I usually use a French loaf that's flat. But I'm going to use those bowls and make them individual size. I think that'll be super cute. I need to take out some meat though if I want to do that. So I'm going to use ground beef, and that is in my basement. So let's see, let's get this light on. So it is super early. As I said yesterday, I had a sourdough event. Today I also have another event, actually 2. I have a neighborhood event, and I have bowling. It's Sunday. We always go bowling on Sundays, so we will see how much we get done. These last few weeks have been very busy for me, which is very not normal. Do I want to cook more than 1 pound of ground beef just to have ground beef ready? I think that's a yes. That makes sense, right? So let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 3. I think that's all the ones that were in here before. So I'm gonna bring these up just in this bin so we can do the cold water defrost method. And hopefully these will be defrosted a little bit so I can get them in the fridge before I have to go. Oh, excuse me, Milo. Go to all these events, which is super fun, but dang, I've been busy. That's so weird. I also need to go out and harvest. It's been about a week since I harvested. And you guys, look at this. I haven't done the zucchini pineapple yet. I did do the salsas, but we're getting there. So anyways, this is preheating. Let's score some bread. But not before I mix these greens up. We'll see if this turns out. It's supposed to be a spider on a web, or near a web. We'll see. Here's the situation I've got going on. I've got 5 little ones down there, 1 big one there, little puddle of water there from when I did ice cubes, and we're gonna let that go for like 20 minutes. All right, let's make some dinner. I'm getting out some ground beef, and I'm going to need the Worcestershire sauce. Make sure I grab the Great Value kind. I think the Market Pantry kind made me have migraines. I'm going to make something I haven't made in so long, and I'm so excited for it. Let me put you down so I can do this. I am going to make a stuffed French bread. This is something I used to make a lot at my old house, and I haven't made it since. And I have all these breads over here, so we're going to do it. I'm going to get 1 pound of ground beef cooked up, and then I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce, just some salt and pepper, some cheese, cream of soup. But we're gonna make the cream of soup. It's not from a can. And then we're gonna do something real special with it. For the cream of soup portion, I need a 1/2 cup of milk and a 1/2 cup of broth. And so what I did was I added some powdered milk into there. It's just 1 cup of liquid. And I'm going to add just some chicken bouillon powder. I should have used beef. What was I thinking? Well, we'll add a little beef too. And the reason that I'm not using my home canned stock is because I don't need all that much. Now I want to add some onions to this, and I just canned those salsas the other day, and I used all the onion in my house. I scrummaged up all the onion that I had, and so I didn't have to go to the store and buy anything, but the only onions that I have left are canned. So I'm going to go get some canned onions, and then we'll throw them in here as well. Okay, let's add the Worcestershire. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Thinking I want to make the cream of soup in here. So I'm going to use a little bit of that liquid. And then for cream of soup, you need 3 tablespoons of fat, and there's some fat already in there. So I'm just going to add in like 1 more tablespoon of fat because the fat from the beef will count as a fat. And then I'm going to try to get all the liquid down here. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of flour. It's kind of hard to hold this like this. It's okay. We're going to make do. So you want to cook this raw flour taste out. I've never done this in the same pot before, but I didn't want to clean another pan. And it's Shelftember. We're using what we got, which is why I used the canned onions. Okay, and then the liquid, we're going to little by little get it in here. Whoa, we're splashing. So I'm watching for consistency. I want to let this bubble out for just a little bit because I need to add in the rest of the liquid if it needs it, but I also don't want to add it and make it too soupy. I think I'm going to add maybe just a smidgen more. At this point, I'm just going to mix everything together. And I think we might need a little bit more. Okay, turn that down a little. I like to add parsley in here, and I forgot to earlier, so let's do that. And then here's the cool part. We are going to put in some bread. Yes, into there. So I need to figure out real quick in a hurry which bread I'm going to be using. I think I'm going to go for 4 little loaves. I think that'll work out well. Oh, that's not the right way to cut that. I need a board. So I'm trying to cut just the top of these off, not necessarily in half. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm trying to pick the most round ones too. So this is the interesting part. I am going to, yes, take out the bread and stick it in here. And then we will fill these. And this just makes such a delicious texture, consistency. Also need to add some cheese. My cheese is a little frozen, that's okay. Turn this back up a bit. We're going to mix it together and then we will stuff the little loaves and we'll get them in the oven. We'll fit it all somewhere. Okay, I think we're gonna call that good. The last step is just another little sprinkle of cheese and put the top stack on them before they go into the oven. Okay, thanks. Don't know which way the top went. That's okay. Top must have gone that way. Into the oven for 15 minutes. I just took these out of the oven. They look pretty much the same, but they have that melty gooey cheese on the top. And in the meantime, I did a lot of cleaning, so I'm almost done. I just have to put those 2 loaves of bread away and then clean out the rest of there, wipe the counter down a little bit better than I did. But over here, we're doing pretty good. The counter is decently wiped down. I got the sink emptied. I got the dishwasher emptied and reloaded. So we are doing well. Look how delicious. It is the weekend after a very long week. The week wasn't bad, it was just long. There's been a lot of harvesting, a lot of stuff going on in every category of life. I just made myself a little pink drink because I had leftovers from the sourdough party. This week we have been eating through some chili because I made a whole bunch of chili one night because I was like, I'm just making a bunch of stuff. So we're making a bunch of chili. I have a ton of vegetables in the fridge, but I've finally gotten to a point where I think it's manageable. So we have some tomatoes. We've been making BLTs. I just did that earlier today. I didn't film it, but you know what a BLT looks like. So we made BLTs, got some lettuce. So what I've bought this week, I went to the store and I bought lettuce. So that was, you know, $2. I also bought some sour cream for the chilies. Not chilies, just chili. What else did I buy? I did buy some onions. So we are completely out of onions in this house. So I bought a whole thing of onions because it just seems a little odd to not have onions in the house at all. And then I did buy some eggs and of course box cake mixes to bring cake with me to work. And I think there was another thing. Let me look in the cabinet. Oh yes, I got those, but these came free. So that wasn't a purchase. That was just a thing. Oh, fruit snacks. I bought more fruit snacks. You guys, That's the thing that always happens. So I think I spent maybe like $20 this week. So overall, I think we did pretty fantastic. I'm looking at my pantry to see, did I buy anything else? Oh, yes, I did. I also bought some tortilla chips because Tilly. So that's how this week is going. I do have a whole bunch of fruit out on my counter. I actually processed a bunch. So here's the fruit. I have this whole thing of pears, plus a few pears in there. Those are the ones we want to eat first. Some grapes that I pulled off of the grapevines. And the rest of the pears I chopped up. I got them in the freezer. And we have a bunch of fruit in the freezer. So I brought a bunch of fruit and vegetables downstairs. I also reorganized. Look at this. It is reorganized in here. And so we're doing well. We're getting ready for Stocktober. That comes next. So organizing was a definite need in order to see what I needed, where I needed it. So we are very well organized and very empty in here as well compared to normal. So we have some grapes. The pears, those will be used for smoothies or quick breads or something like that throughout the year. But we are looking good. So that does it for week 4 of the pantry challenge. If you're interested in the other things that I've been cooking up this week, check out my previous videos, and there's some coming in the future. And if you haven't yet, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.